And you're probably sick of every guru under the sun flogging you all the courses in the world and using all these big fancy words. Well, in today's video, I'm going to explain the difference between what a remote appointment setter is and a remote closer, and which one you should pursue first if you're considering the path of remote sales. So without further ado, let's get into it. So essentially, you've probably seen people all over the internet like Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Sabri Subi, Freedom Property Investors, Kenneth Chagesta, popping up all over your newsfeed. So what essentially happens is, and how this all works, is you'll see an ad online from one of these online coaches or consultants. And essentially what you will do is just pop it up on the screen now, is you'll click through on their ad. So you'll probably see a sponsored ad on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. And you click through, and what you land on is something that's called a website or a marketing funnel. And from there, you'll probably watch a video or have a free guide, like a freebie, a free lead magnet, or a free webinar, and you'll put your details in, and you'll put in your phone number, email, or number, or you'll take the next step further on the second page and you'll actually schedule an inbound call to explore the program or service further from one of these online business owners. So essentially where the remote appointment setter comes in is they actually take the initial conversation with one of these leads that comes through the ads of one of these online coaches and consultants. So as a remote appointment setter, you're simply just talking with these leads that have just opted in with their details or scheduled an inbound call, and you're talking with them for 10 minutes and running an appointment setting script. And essentially all you're doing is just qualifying this lead further and seeing if they're worthwhile to move through to the further stages, stage 2 and 3 of the process, to talk further about the program or service. So as the appointment setter, you're essentially just doing a short 10-minute call, and there's two pathways with this. You can do it over the phone and you can actually call these leads outbound or inbound and run the script, or you can now do it through copy and paste messages through a social media inbox or through texting and run the same questions. You're just doing it through sending messages versus talking with someone over the phone. So essentially you would call these leads and you would actually qualify them for 10 minutes and schedule them for a further call with the remote sales team to talk with, and then essentially enroll them at the end of the process if they're a good fit. Now this is where the remote closer comes in. This is the distinct difference. A remote closer is actually on the end of the sales process. So what they will be doing is actually persuading the lead once they've scheduled an appointment into enrolling into the program or service. So essentially they're converting the booked call from a lead into a sale. So it's more of an advanced skill set. So they're using psychological based selling and a step-by-step process to persuade and influence the lead to actually enroll into the program or service. So the two main differences between these two is that essentially a remote appointment setter is more of an entry-level role. So if you've only been in sales for less than 6 months, or you wouldn't consider yourself a really, really good communicator your whole life and a little bit more introverted or a little bit more shy, then you can get your foot in the door and work with a phenomenal 7 or 8 figure brand and essentially send messages for them or talk with their leads for 10 minutes and really hone your skills and get better at communication, psychology, get your habits down, and earn a really generous income between $5,000 to $10,000 a month in income. Now, if you would consider yourself more like money motivated and you want to make bigger money, like over $5,000 a week, then I'd highly recommend becoming a remote closer, because then you can close on the end of the process. It's more of an advanced skill set. However, it's more of a leverage skill where you can earn anywhere from $2,000 a week in income to $10,000 a week in income. So if you've got aspirations of making a multiple 6-figure income or more, even the top guys in this industry that are remote closers that have been doing it for a few years, they're earning over $1 million a year in commissions. If that's what you've got your mind set on and you've been in sales before, like real estate or any type of sales, or you would consider yourself a good people's person and a good talker, then you can move straight into remote closing. However, if you're struggling to get your foot into the industry, I would recommend doing remote setting first. Cut your teeth in that for 3 to 6 months, and then down the line, you'll be able to evolve into a remote closing role, which is the pathway that I took initially myself. I started as a remote setter for 6 months. I did that as a part-time hustle. Then I was able to replace my day job and then I did remote setting, and then when I was earning $1,000 or more a week, I started taking some closing calls on the side and I grew into closing, okay? So these are the two main differences between remote setting and remote closing, and people are rushing at the moment to leave their day jobs to land a remote DM setting role to send messages, or a remote closing role where they can earn a really, really good income and they're able to do it from home or anywhere in the world. So you could be in Bali or Thailand or anywhere across America or Australia living in Airbnbs and have a fully sufficient and high income working online. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. This is the distinct difference. A remote setter essentially schedules the appointments and books in the calls for the sales team and does a 10-minute setting script or does it through DM, and the closer is actually the one on the end of the process that's persuading the lead to buy and actually become a paying customer or client by the end of the call. So we're going to be doing a lot more videos on this channel, so hit a like, thumbs up, comment below and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and we're going to be diving deeper into the world of remote setting and closing on our videos on this channel. Bye for now.